you doing? Yes, of course, it's Crispy. What's this? What's am I standing next to? It is the zip wire at the end of Bournemouth Pier. That's where I'm standing this morning. What an absolutely fabulous Saturday morning. End of May, well, nearly the end of May, 30th of May, absolutely glorious. Just coming up to around 8 o'clock. I'm just standing right at the end of Bournemouth Pier. Yeah, and there's a little fun fair at the end here where you can catch the zip wire and zip onto the beach. I've been meaning to do it, but never actually done it. Yeah, it's only just 8 o'clock, so it's a lovely, beautiful way to start a Saturday morning. And I thought, I've had this idea in my head for the past couple of weeks. I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get down to Bournemouth Pier nice and early, and see if I can walk from here, this pier, to Boscombe Pier, and take you with me, and see if I can hold your attention for all that time. I'm doing it this early because there isn't as many people about, and not many people screaming. I will stop and start my talking, but yeah, there's the Helter Skelter. You can buy little tickets over there, or tokens over there, which allows you to get so many rides on either one of these. But it's only a tiny little fun fair at the end of here. But it does get busy. All these rails are horrible. They've done all these rails everywhere. Not very nice, are they? But I suppose they have to cordon it off, all health and safety. This is a lovely bar. It's got a lovely domed roof inside. I've been there many times. Saw an Ed Sheeran tribute there last year, which was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, Key West. Just check it out. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, well, the beach at the moment is lovely and quiet. That's one of the reasons why I've come down here so early. There has been so much news, even in the national news, about this beach and the problems that have been happening down here. But this time in the morning, it's not the beach's fault. It's not Bournemouth's fault. It's the people that are coming into Bournemouth. Yeah, this pier has been here since 1856. 1856. Yeah. Well, where is it? I think the reconstruction was 1958. 1958, just before I was born, this was built. The pier that we're on at the moment. And it keeps changing, keeps chopping and changing. A year ago, they were charging people to get on the pier. I think it was like a couple of quid, but no, no one would go on the pier then. So I think they've changed it, and now they've made it free, and they put concessions on here, which is a little bit more sensible, a little bit entrepreneurial. There's an old theatre that has now turned into, it's still a rock reef. It's still a rock climbing venue where you can go there and learn to climb rocks. My grandson's been there a few times, and they in the old days, they used to have all the old shows on there, and yeah, you can imagine all the old sort of Carry On stuff, couldn't you? Yeah, little bit of a sad story. My wife and I were walking down here once. I mean, it must have been 5-6 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. Time goes so quickly, doesn't it? And it said Freddie Starr. I thought, nah, what, in that little venue there, a top star like Freddie Starr? Went in there, and yeah, it was the original. It was Freddie Starr, and it was on the demise of Freddie Starr. Really, I felt so sorry for him. It was obviously pissed off his head, and he was effing and blinding and swearing, and some people were roaring with laughter, but other people that had gone in there for an afternoon matinee got completely shocked. And yeah, it was a real sad to see such an iconic, world famous TV celebrity in such a little venue, in such a mess. And I have actually read stories that he died alone. Is it died alone in Spain or something? Yeah, that's the lovely Aruma bar. You go up there and have cocktails, pizzas, and it gets very busy. It's a beautiful view, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's lovely just walking around here this time in the morning when it's nice and quiet. People are just getting ready for a busy day. Obviously not being bank holiday, it's not going to be anything like it was last week. And there's the toilets. Always know where the toilets are. Yeah. Yeah, last week was the busy one, wasn't it? Which ended up having a few problems down here with loads of youngsters kicking off with the police. And we're standing by iconic big wheel now and the wonderful Hot Rocks Oceanarium where they got some penguins. Absolutely glorious. Yeah, I can remember standing outside here hours and hours and hours waiting for my wife to finish her management shift, because she's the general manager there for many years, and we know the owners very well of Hot Rocks. It's changed a little bit over time, as everything does. Oh, but yeah, absolutely glorious morning. I come up my house, walked across the road, jumped onto a barrel bike, an electric barrel bike, because it makes life a lot easier, that little bit of help, and cycled up here. The bloody seat kept dropping. It's really annoying. My knees were higher than my chest as I cycled. But I got up there so quick, it's amazing. Yeah. There's a Royal Air Force simulator. You want to pretend you're on a Red Arrows trip. Unfortunately, the Red Arrows don't come here anymore because the powers that be at BCP have cancelled the Bournemouth Air Show that brings in millions of people, the biggest draw of the calendar. Yeah, and there's a nicer view there of the pier, and that's where the zip wire ends. Zip, you go from there to there, zip, like that. And I've been meaning to do it, but never have. Yeah. And this was where all the trouble was last week. Down here, where it was all kicking off with crowds of youngsters all chucking bottles at the police and causing trouble. But anyway, I'm not going to focus on that too much, but I think we've all got to put it in a little bit into perspective, because it's been going on since time immemorial. It's been going on in my day. We're just walking past Harry Ramsden's now, I suppose the largest fish and chip shop chain in the country. People are sleeping in tents. See, so people just come here and plot up in a tent. Can't blame them though. Yeah. But I remember when back in the 1970s, me and all the gangs and all the lads from South London would go down to Margate. I'm actually going to walk onto the beach, I think. Yeah, we actually all used to go down to Margate. And how old was I? I was only about 14, maybe 15, 14, 15. So it'd have been 73, 74, all those in the 70s. And yeah, sort of skinheads, mod skinheads, suede heads, whatever you wanted to call it. But yeah, I can remember everything kicking off in the bars in Dreamland. And yeah, police arm in arm, arm in arm, all pushing us all onto the beach. Yeah, but that happened regularly. It was either Margate or Brighton where the trouble was, and that was like, I suppose, skinheads and punks and all that sort of thing in the 1970s. And you go just a few years before, it would have been my brother's time in the 60s, and he was like a rocker. It was mods and rockers then on the scooters, and that was once again Dreamland and Margate. And yeah, there's loads of stories. There's even that film, isn't it, Quadrophenia? It depicts it, isn't it? Yeah, it's lovely this time of morning. Oh, just testing out this mic. I hope it works all right. Testing, 1, 2, 3. How you doing? It's Chris B. What a beautiful morning. Not many people in the sea yet. There's only one over there, and people are just starting to set up. On my way up here, I walked past, there must have been 50 or 60 cars all setting up camp and getting ready for a Fast and Furious car show party by the looks of things. I think South American. Yeah, I could already smell the cannabis. God, they're already puffing at 7:30 in the morning. There's Russell Coates up there. Worth a visit if you like your art. Lovely building. They were doing it free last week. Otherwise, I think you've got to pay. Not too expensive. Yeah, Russell Coates donated to the public, but we've still got to pay to get in. Yeah, so how you feeling? Feeling good? Feeling strong? The three most important pillars of life: health, wealth, and happiness. Yeah, health. Start with health, yeah. As I have talked about reasonable amount, personally, I am myself battling with a few health conditions. I'm trying to put them deep down so I don't continuously focus on them. But I was diagnosed about 4 or 5 years ago now with prostate cancer. And it's quite weird when you sit down in front of a consultant and you're keeping your fingers crossed for good news, and they say, "I'm really sorry, Mr. B, but you have prostate cancer," and your whole world drops out of you. You just, whoa, you don't really hear anything else what is said. And even given paperwork, Macmillan, like end of life stuff, and how God, you're thinking, oh my God, well, I'm only just 60. This wasn't meant to happen. But I got myself into the gym. I stopped drinking. I stopped smoking. I worked hard, really hard training. If you've watched any of my videos, I was doing press-ups. I did 10,000 press-ups in 2 months once. I was starting to spend 4 or 5 hours in the gym, and time just disappeared. Go over to Lanzarote, do my winter reset for 3 months. Train. Fortunately for me, I'm much luckier than others. After continuous tests, it's come to light that I have what's called low-grade prostate cancer. So it's not aggressive, it's not metastasizing, so it could just sit there forever. Obviously, you've got to have your PSA tests on a 6-monthly basis, but you're always waiting for the next test. So it has going up. It's going up slowly. And I am in the process of having a procedure called PAE. I call it PAYE. So I was doing the accounts to the consultant, but yeah, PAE. It's where they go in through a vein. Most people do other types, go up through the dick and lasers and all sorts of things, TERP, but I'm having a PAE, this is the least likely, supposedly, to have any effect on your sexual organs and your testosterone. So that's a good one. But they go in through your veins and go to the blood supply of your prostate, and it drops in some beads, which slows down the blood supply to the prostate. And over about the first month or two, it shrinks it. It starts to kill the prostate a bit. So I'm hoping for that to happen to me this year. Yes, but I have also. We're talking about health. So I'm just talking about myself, which obviously I know a lot about. But prostate cancer, in some way, finding the prostate, the MRI, actually saved my life. Maybe, because when I was having the MRI, one of those big machines, I've been in them quite a few times now. Come back that I have basically aneurysms, which is big bulges in the veins. So I have aneurysms in both my iliac arteries on the right and left, and the popliteals, which are just behind your knees. The iliac arteries are what joint down here past the aorta, iliac. If you don't know any about this stuff until it happens to you, there, down there, right, there's left, there's right, and basically your iliac artery operates everything down the bottom, all your legs and everything else. And I have bulges. The iliac arteries are meant to be 12 mil, and I've got a bulge now of approaching 40 mil. 40 mil. The others have just grown a bit, but they're the main problem. So it comes to light that the left one is the one where the problem is. So had I not have had the prostate cancer, had the MRI, that would never have been found. And I managed to get to speak to, a while back, one of the consultants, and said to them, you know, what do I do if I, you know, if it bursts, this aneurysm? And she says, nothing. You'll be dead. Don't hold your punches. Don't hold your punches. Thank you very much. But it does put things into perspective. So at any time, if this thing ruptures, I'm dead. So living with that inside your head on a daily basis is a little bit difficult. So living every day as though it may be your last is it's pretty true for me, and that's one of the reasons why I stopped going to the gym so much, because if I'm on a bench press trying to push a little bit of weight and it goes pop, I'm done for. So I've had more scans and I'm waiting for the prostate to be done, and I'm waiting to hopefully to have a aneurysm stent put in. Oh, and relax. It's like Dr. Finley's casebook, isn't it? And relax. But just to add to a few of my issues, I also suffer from arterial fibrillation. Anyone know what that is? It's when your heart jumps all over the place. They can stop your heart and restart it. But unfortunately, basically when I get really stressed, my heart starts jumping about, and that's it, goes into AFib, and it knocks me out for a few days. So I have to stay calm. Oh dear God, I've been talking about my health for what's that? A third of a mile. Sorry about that. So that's health. That's the beginning of health anyway. But the funny thing is, when you say it's funny, when you have a problem. Now I'm experiencing problems with my knees at the moment, and if any of you do take any medication out there, you know that there are side effects. Side effects. I forgot that word the other day. Side effects. There's side effects to everything, isn't there? And I stopped taking prostate medication, finasteride, because it messes you up. It messed me totally up, and I'm better off without any of the prostate medication. So that's why I look after my diet, don't drink, don't smoke, and I try and look after myself holistically. But because of the aneurysms, I must take statins. Anybody else out there on statins? God, as soon as you put in the word statins, the amount of stuff, the algorithms on Google just completely fill your feed, don't they? Whoops, just standing over a groin. Oh yeah, basically, just really feel it there. I'm having problems with my knees, which is really annoying. As soon as you put in there problem with your knees, that's it. Bio root, everything. Turmeric, black pepper. It's just like the whole feed on your phone just completely fills up with what you should be taking. NMN, that's the new one, that's the new pill. Subscribe to that. Just walking past the only beach pole that's here at the moment. Marinos. Open. I think it's open to about 10. Fabulous. Yeah, it's a really nice place to look out to sea, have a beer, have a cocktail, have a glass of water, and for people who want to really big nose it and large it up, there's a VIP bit in there, like the old days. Get some bottles of bubbly in there, and they do a meal deal there, I think. Yeah, I don't think you'll be seeing Elon Musk eating there, will you? Or Bezos, but anyway, yeah. Good thing is it's good for kids as well, because they've got a little climbing frame and play thing, and it's not too expensive, and you can't beat this location and this weather. Funny enough, the app this morning said that it was going to be cloudy all day, but there's hardly a cloud in the sky. So you can't rely on what you read and hear on any of the phone devices. Yeah, nothing's 100%, is it? Yeah, going back to the healthy thing, and yeah, side effects. And as soon as you put anything, you put in Google about a problem, like, I mean, I put in about my aneurysms. There's birds flying around. Put in about the aneurysms. So I had no aneurysms 10 years ago. Where do they all of a sudden come from? Conspiracy theorists say that this might have happened to me because of the COVID jab. Yeah. I've got somebody else in the family who's got problems with his veins, real big problems with his veins. And it's just really messing up his life at the moment. And I think that's why they call it, was it the clot shot or whatever it was? But yeah, I haven't got blood clots, I've got bloody aneurysms. So they're not going to admit to it because it would bankrupt the world, wouldn't it? Yeah, anyway. But as soon as you put anything in, yeah, every kind of medication you can think of comes popping up. And if you put in that you've got prostate problems, the amount of stuff I have bought online trying to rectify the problem of getting up and going to the loo in the middle of the night because of the enlarged prostate. You wouldn't believe it. Over the period of 5 years, I have bought virtually everything and tried everything. I actually ended up with a supplement from America, but I'm not going to recommend. Oh, climbing over that wasn't that easy. I'm not going to recommend anything because nothing works the same on somebody else. You have to do your own investigations. But I have brought something with me that promised to change my whole life with regards to my prostate and change my sex life forever. And make me feel like 18 again. And there's pictures of your wife getting out of bed with a smile of pure satisfaction and happiness. Yeah. So anyway, I sent off for this gadget that was online, and it arrived in a little packet, and you know, I've got to brought it with me. So hold on a minute, it's in my pocket. Oh, we're just walking past now one of the car clubs. Look, they are getting on it already. Look. Oh wow, yeah. I think it's Brazilian car club. I think that's what it is. But yeah, you can smell all the breakfast being cooked already, and the smell of ganja. A bit of music playing, but they're not harming anyone. There's no problems. I think it's lovely. I think it's wonderful. Yeah. Anyway, this gadget that will solve all your prostate problems and turn you into the sexiest man in the world. Anyway, wait for it. Hold on. There it is. That is what got sent to me. See that there? It's like a cable clip. Basically, you just push that onto your, in between your thumb and your first finger, and that's what it tells you to do. So you got to push that in there, and supposedly that changes your whole prostate life. But that's what I'm saying. What a load of bollocks is sold online, and how you can get drawn in to buying stuff that is crap. Yeah. So I can't really fit it on and hold the camera at the same time. It's not going to work. But yeah, so before you start parting with all your hard-earned money, do your research and realise that I don't think there's any rules out there, are there? There's no rules online whatsoever. It is the Wild West out there, isn't it? It is the Wild West, and all they're trying to do is get you to part with your money. And many, what they also try and do, they try and get you not only to buy the first delivery, they try and get you on a subscription. So you're linked in to buying this packet of pills or this packet or this something or other every month, which is obviously a liberty. And it's all right if it works. God, there, yeah, I'd pay £30 a month for anything if it if it made me 18 again. But there's nothing out there. There's nothing out there that's going to make you feel 18 again. Apart from maybe an anyway, yeah, whatever. But this is what does it for me. This walking along the beach, fresh air, sunshine. I wish I'd get more in the sea. I wish I'd get in the sea more, but you can't do everything, can you? You can't do everything. There's the Albany. Tallest apartment block on the strip. I don't know how many floors it's got. 15, 20 floors. I was saying, yeah, they're forever painting it, scaffolding it, painting it, scaffolding it. That the apartments aren't that expensive and they've got beautiful views. But the service charges are £300 a week, £1,200 a month, mental. Yeah, 15 grand a year. So yeah, I did look at an apartment. I thought, no, that's not for me. That's mad, isn't it? Yeah. So where are we? I think we're more than halfway from Bournemouth to Boscombe Pier. There is where is it? Don't know if you can see it. Just there is the zigzag that I walk down most mornings. Walk down the zigzag, and then usually walk up to Fisherman's Walk. It's about 10,000 steps, but this is going to be it's a good mile, this one's a good mile, Pier to Pier, but I better get up there. Anyway, am I holding your attention? Next, so that's health, obviously. What you've got to realise is as you get older, things are going to change, and it's just life. It is life, and that's why I've been studying Buddhism a lot, and everything changes. Impermanence, universal law, or perpetual transformation. It's funny, I thought the 12 universal laws had some correlation with Buddhism, but they're both different disciplines, but they both are very similar, very similar. Yeah, we get attached to things and we want things to remain the same. We think we should still be 18, we think we should still be 30, we think we should still be 40, but we're not. And our bodies are forever changing. I think it's said that all our every single cell in our body changes every 7 years. So by the time you get to 70, you've changed completely 10 times. You're not when you see that little photo of you as a 10-year-old, you're not that person anyway. The only person, all you really are is a memory of that person. That's a bit deep, isn't it? Oh. And relax just for a few minutes. Oh, there's a running group over there. Getting in their cardio. Yeah, never been a lover of running. I love a nice gentle walk. I'm going to say, with the problems with these knees, I don't think the running thing is good for me at the moment. So yes, my knees and other people's knees. So I checked this morning that yes, one of the side effects of statins, of long-term statins, does give you joint pain and cramps, which I have also experienced, and knee pains. So I'm going to try and get off. I'm going to try and get off the statins, or drop them out for a month and see what happens. It's all trial and error. That's the way I see it. It's all trial. I did actually try this, and it did fuck all. Oh, yeah, another party. Oh, is this the Brazilian one? I don't know. Well, I hope my little walk along here has, apart from me rabbiting on about my health, I hope the walk that I've been showing you, the beach between the two piers, has shone a better light onto this wonderful beach of ours. It's 10 miles all the way from Sandbanks to Henglesey Head. And problem with the news, as always, they always focus on the worst case scenario, and they always try to get the shot of where someone is getting hurt, someone is getting stabbed, somewhere where there is problems, somewhere where there is trouble, and that's happening throughout the world on a continuous basis. People are trying to send to you all that negative information. I'm certainly not a naive person, There's not many things in this world I haven't experienced. But what I have come to learn is that if you want to have a good life, don't be naive, but don't let the outside problems of the outside world get into you and affect you. You separate yourself from them. But then a lot of people say, well, how can you be happy when there's all these wars in Ukraine and Palestine, there's children dying, there's people being tortured, there's people dying of cancer, blah, 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 blah. How long do you think that's been going on for? How long do you think there's been wars on this planet? How long do you think people have been dying? How long do you think people have been dying of cancer? Forever. In fact, supposedly, this currently is the safest and healthiest time for us humans to be on the planet. But because of these phones that I'm talking to you now through, every bit of information that can happen in any part of the world can reach you in a split second. And go back 100 years, 200 years, we all lived in villages. No one knew anything. No one knew what was going on outside their village. No, unless they went and bought a newspaper. No one knew what the hell was going on in the world unless they went and bought a newspaper. Most people couldn't even read. They couldn't even read 200 years ago. So no one knew what was going on. The only thing you were worried about was getting up in the morning, earning enough money to feed your family, have a life, enjoy your time off, live and die. They didn't have this continuous bombardment of what you're supposed to do on a continuous basis, what you've got to do, what you've got to do. You haven't achieved this yet, you haven't done that. I feel sorry for everybody in Africa who ain't got water. They've been asking for Africa aid and water aid since I was 5. So for 60 years, we've been sending donations, charitable donations. I can remember, what were we collecting? I can't remember, bloody bottle tops or something. I mean, of course, charities, I support a few charities, but yeah, charity is very important. But I don't understand why parts of the world haven't managed to sort out everybody having water. I mean, that's a basic need, but maybe the reason places are deserts is because nobody's supposed to live there anyway. Like Dubai, really. That was just a bloody desert. Excuse me. Yeah, so people are slowly starting to put up camp. So they showed a video, one of the Bournemouth sites, Facebook sites, showed videos of 1976, hottest summer of 76. I was down here at that time in comparison with now. So what is that, 76? Yeah, that's 50 years ago, the difference. In those days, we were still sitting around in deck chairs with tea cosies on our head. There certainly wasn't all these sort of encampments. That's what they're building now virtually. They build encampments with everything. They bring their whole back garden to the beach, which is quite wonderful, I suppose. Oh, we're nearly there. We're nearly there. It's usually a beach bar put up there by the council, but doesn't look as though they're doing that this year. Oh no, they just put some benches out. You can certainly tell the difference between the public sector bars and the privately owned, because there's no attention to detail at all. And guess what? They're not open yet, are they? There is such a difference, isn't there? There's such a difference. If you know anybody that works for your local council, if you've ever mentioned to them about the losses that they incur, every single public building, like the Pavilion Theatre, the BIC, they're the two big ones that put on theatres and big artists, musical artists. don't make any money. They lose money every year. They lose money. In fact, when you used to get your council tax, there used to be a little booklet that explained it, and I don't know, maybe this was 10, 15 years ago. It would say that they were losing like $1 million a year or something, but they've got rid of that now. That's why it's all gone online now, so you can't see it really. But yeah, every single one of their theatres and the cafe places, everywhere, everything they do makes a loss. Everything makes a loss. Madness, isn't it? In fact, I was talking to a council employee reasonably high up, looking after all their computer systems that get given away every year as they renew them. The word profit is not allowed to be used. And that's not in a biblical sense or religious sense. It's not allowed to be, you're not allowed to say the word profit. It's all about public service. It's all about public service, about providing things for the population, which is the basis, I suppose, of socialism and communism, if you go that deep into it. And who is paying for it then? It's the private sector that have to make the profit, because being self-employed, this sound is a bit, this sound is slowing me down, man. Yeah. Communism, socialism. Who pays for it? They're all socialists and communists are great at giving away people's money until they run out. They run out of money until they run out of other people's money. That's what they say. Look at that. We did it. We made it to Boscombe Pier. Oh, how long is that? This is 40 minutes, really? 42 minutes. If you're still watching, thank you very much. Thanks for my dribble, but yeah, there we are. Boscombe Pier. I think what we will do, as it's free, we'll actually walk on to the pier. Yeah. So, Boscombe Pier. You can fish on the end of it if you want to be stitched up for £10.50 for the day. You can do it free under. Yeah. It's great giving away money until you run out of other people's money. And then where does it come from? And I suppose I'm a socialist at heart, and it would be lovely if we all lived in some perfect utopia, because I think that's what is bred into children's minds, that you're all special. It's utopian. Everybody should be equal. Everybody is equal. But I've learned in life that it's not. Some people are having a wonderful life, and there's an awful lot of people that are having a disastrous life. And it's not only down to their financial situation. 99% of it stems from in here. And we're just coming up to the end of Boscombe Pier. I'm a little bit tired now. I think I need to go have a rest and have a drink after talking for so long. But what an absolutely glorious last day of May. Yeah, we've got one lone fisherman there. Doing a bit of fishing in the corner. Let's make it right up to the end. It says don't dive off the end of the pool. In my nightclub, we used to get this young lad that used to turn up on the rocker night. in a wheelchair, and we were on the first floor. So myself and the security used to carry the him in his wheelchair up the stairs, and he used to throw his hair around. Lovely, lovely lad. And always wondered what had happened to him and how it had happened. He jumped off the end here on his 18th birthday and broke his back. What a way to end the walk. Anyway, whatever you're doing, have a fantastic weekend. Be safe. Love to you all, and enjoy today, because today is the only day you can. And be happy. Chris, be happy. See you soon.